was on the site 10 minutes after the second tower collapsed, and it was a ghost town as far as members go, and it just proceeded to get more and more chaotic because guys were arriving, there was no order, and when the Scientologists arrived, an air of order like entered in because there was something that was being organized and run very, very efficiently.
Their involvement was paramount in that it was critical. It was critical, it was first and it was foremost, and it was unforgettable.
There's a lot of very highly stressed, worn out, exhausted rescue people here, and your contribution to helping them to deal with their problems and deal with their upset emotions and to have some tranquility and rest has been a very productive and very worthwhile effort.
On the disaster site, there was the Scientology ministers group that was of great help, soothing our minds, talking to us, trying just to make our mind clearer.
Although we were all down there working on adrenaline, it was still helpful to have them keep us, you know, keep you uplifting and keep you motivated to do what you had to do.
We kind of get a lot of the credit, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the people on the outskirts, such as, you know, the Scientology minister volunteers and such that, you know, provided us with comfort while we were down there at a time when we needed it, you know, probably more than most people understand or realize.
Well, I just want to say thank you. Who's ever listening, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you because I know for a fact that you've made a difference. I saw it firsthand. And, you know, it takes a lot. It takes special people to leave their house, to leave where they're from, and to come down for weeks at a time and to give of themselves freely and, you know, just to genuinely because they want to make a difference. And I know for a fact he's made a difference.
In a crisis such as we had at that time, it was a wonderful thing to suddenly see almost, as it were, spontaneous people like the Scientology volunteer ministers appearing as if out of nowhere. There they were to plug the gap, and they did it very nobly, did it very, very well.
It was very positive work. It was thinking the physical as well as the spiritual needs of the people and the emergency workers who were coping with intolerable conditions.
It's really important to know that people like yourselves are there to support the emergency services. I mean, after the terrible bombings in London, I know they're providing basic things like, you know, food and drink, but it's also the support of being able to talk to other people like yourselves, you know, to relieve the pressure.
Even just to briefly talk to and to break up that part of the day, just for that moment or so, was very encouraging.
By administering to them, that person was able to stand up and go forward.
They give that human touch wherever it's needed, whenever it's needed. And that in itself is a powerful testimony to their work and the work of L. Ron Hubbard.
If the whole world could grasp that kindness to their brothers, to humanity, then I think we'll have a better world.
They sacrificed a lot in Sri Lanka, and they help the Sri Lankans. Wherever the need is there, they were there.
Before the people come to your place, they come with a very awful look. Sometimes they cry, but after they get your assist, they come out with a smile.
I started smiling, and finally I realized myself that how relieved I was. So I know that if I do it to another, that he will have the same experience.
The only one organization in the world who have performed this kind of therapy. I think it is more important than the material assistance to the people.
They need Scientology first to cure and to mend their spirit and their soul.
Just follow the way that L. Ron Hubbard did for us. Don't let him alone. We can do it. We can lean forward with him.
There's a new life to come. We have to put up a new building, and it's a correct foundation has come. So the foundation has given by you.
It's very hard to explain the feeling inside my heart, but I don't know what to say. Thanks a million on behalf of the Thai people.
You guys arrived and came to our aid. Y'all were the cavalry. It's kind of like a wagon train being surrounded by the Indians with no hope. And then you hear that horn from the cavalry. And you guys came in, and then all of our despair disappeared.
People just needed to talk. And I have yet to see a Scientology volunteer walk away from someone who wanted to talk. That's invaluable. You can't replace that with any program.
They were there 24 hours a day. There wasn't a 15-minute time span that went by where you didn't see somebody walking past with a Scientology shirt. They were visible at all times.
Whatever we needed, whether it was counseling, whether somebody to talk to, whether it was service in the community, they were available.
The ministers were able to offer something that we, the community, could not. We could not have kept these shelters open without them.
It kind of got to where's the yellow shirts? Everybody was looking, where's the yellow shirts? And so that's kind of how we went, you know. If you needed something, there was no job too big or too small.
For me, it's just the caring and the giving and the continual giving is something that, you know, when are they going to get tired?
They touched so many people's hearts. They went to everybody. They went in there. They didn't go just to a courthouse. They went to every little place that they could find all over the community to help people.
It's almost like having a family member there to pretty much get you along through the situation.
And I don't see how we could have lived without them. I don't think we could have done it without them.
I'm just real happy with the way everything's turned out. Can't ask for better. You really can't. You can't get better.
I'm just grateful that there's people out there still today in this world that's willing to give that much of themselves to help a fellow man.
And you made their lives better simply because you understand who they are and what they need. And you don't wait for marching orders. You know your profession, and you've made a difference.